What's going on, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon on my YouTube channel, Goodtalk Gaming. And we're picking up where we left off last time. We are going to go into... I think we're going into the Warrens with this group. We've got Nurgle. Let's go ahead and upgrade her. Alright. Nice to finally get a shield breaker to level 4. And there we go, Stanley. Stanley the Hellion, pretty strong as well. And this group is called Sisters of Battle. I'm actually curious if you can get a different name by shuffling them a little. I was bored for this. Yeah, I like it. So, we have the option to go do a caregivers convention, which is hard to pass up because it's such enormous value. Instead, I think I'm going to go for the bumper crop and try and level up the Warrens. We're already level 5 in the Wield. And I would like to get the option to have different bosses appear. And this is just a bit tougher of a fight. I think it'll be more fun. Everyone's already got some good items attached. And we're good to go. So let's go ahead and provision. Bumper crop is going to give us free food for the next run. Which, I mean, at 75 a piece, is a decent little benefit. I don't want to super over provision. I think that's probably fine. I do like having a full stack of shovels. Yeah, let's go ahead and go in. I would say on the whole we're a little bit perhaps under-leveled. We've got our healer at level 2, but she's fully upgraded. Let's hop on in.
Even the fiercest beast will lay down when it is not eaten. Steal their food.
Steal their food. I'm trying, Wayne. Okay, this is a huge place. And I was hoping to get through some more of the Shield Breaker's
surprising.
Storyline.
Predate even the earliest settlers.
Well, if we have to backtrack, at least it was relatively easy and simple.
As the light gains purchase,
all it cost us was a shovel and a torch.
And purpose is made clear.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think the grain can appear in hallways, so we almost have to check everywhere. Because we could definitely, I think we can like Jenga this so that we can go to every room without duplicating. But will we be able to, you know, go down every hallway? That's a different story. Alright, and the bloodsuckers. Oh god. Thankfully, no curse. Okay. And they're pretty blight resistant, so we'll go for the double stun. And these guys are super stun resistant as well. Alright, I decided to bring breakthrough for this. I'm glad I did.
Disadvantage. Give them no
Gives her a bit of a debuff. Man, not being able to stun these things really sucks. We can damage them though. I thought the synergy of the AoE between the Shield Breaker and the Hellion was pretty good. Also, you want to have someone in the front lines with the Shield Breaker that can shuffle.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And there we go. That's a kill. We can ignore him now. These things can be stunned. Let's try. Perfect.
A death by inches.
And GG.
Annihilated.
Perfect. That's a pretty good loot.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Just good to remember that in these types of missions, we're going to need to have 3 available spaces left in our inventory. Nice. I'm loving these crits. Good job. Great job resisting that. So the stun odds are pretty low here. Blight also not super effective. Just go for this. At least we lowered its accuracy. That's something.
The
Nice.
ground quakes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get our stress relief from crits and from our camp. One of my favorite ways to play this game is to use some of the abilities, kind of the secondary effects of my abilities, to augment some of the weaknesses in any particular run. So for instance, like the Vestal being able to generate torchlight, I see that as super important. Let's lower this thing's accuracy again. So minus 12. Hopefully it doesn't hit us. So like I said, you know, torchlight is one of the parameters you have to deal with in this game. And having a character who almost single-handedly negates it allows you to focus on so many other different areas of your run.
Impressive.
It's easy to forget that it has the negative accuracy bonus that it does. You know, now's a good chance to get a little heal on everyone.
Can be healed, but
maybe we get the kill. Not quite. But there we go. The blight takes it down. And we pick up a bright tambourine.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
This is a very strong jester item that I'm happy to see. We're going to toss the jade, I think. Although I hate to do it because we're going to open up this treasure chest and presumably whatever we pick up is going to be valuable. I guess we toss the bandages.
A handsome reward.
Sure. Okay.
For a task well performed.
I'm going to do one of these. Bright tambourine is a really good jester item. Happy to pick that up, basically for free. We could shuffle, but it doesn't really matter.
Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
And of course we step on that right after we get rid of all of our bandages. What's the debuff here? Dodge. Good resists. Let's go for that other heal. And maybe land the double stun. I wonder if being stealth has any bearing on whether or not they resist that.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Get a little value there on that attack.
Obliterated.
It's a little bit wasteful, yes, to attack someone who's already stunned.
How quickly the tide turns.
But when you have a chance to one-shot someone, you should definitely take it. Should be enough to kill it, and it certainly is.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I actually meant to use the other ability. Something about, they look very similar, but something about the weird like order that they're in is kind of throwing me off. Let's heal the Vestal and get rid of her bleed. And of course we crit heal on the one who didn't need the HP. Okay. If someone has to bleed, it's better it's her because she has adrenaline rush. So, nice heal. Bleed disappears, and now she gets increased damage and accuracy, which is awesome.
Precision and power.
As predictable as the sunrise.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Man, what do we even toss? Gold, of course, is not that important. Much rather have portraits over many other things.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
If we didn't have the Vestal... Wow, that was a huge... What a huge scout. So we can see... We can see 2 of the quests. The other one is either from here to here or somewhere here. I'm thinking, you know, we probably don't have to take this battle, but let's go. Hopefully we don't regret that.
Desolated.
Perfect. And it's a little annoying here that we don't have any of the things that we need to interact with the curios. But I don't regret it too much. I mean, we've picked up treasure, you know. It's almost a good problem to have.
Eradicated.
37. Beautiful. That lowered accuracy coming in handy. Once again, we crit heal her. Excellent. Nurgle's the only one with any kind of a stress issue right now. And this thing is dead as hell. So let's just take the self-heal.
The slow death.
And remember to rearrange the party.
Unforgiving.
Okay, this is getting a little ridiculous. 750 is the exact gold amount of these emeralds. It's tempting to toss like a full stack of food, but man, I really don't want to do that. Or even the keys. But in the off chance that we find a secret room, I'd be kicking myself. Because not only do you get very expensive items from the, expensive gems from the secret rooms, but you also occasionally get very expensive and rare items. That's what I was trying to say. So, there doesn't appear to be any need for a shovel where we're going. We can see that there's an obstacle here that we don't actually even have to interact with at all. But with my luck, I'm going to toss a shovel, and then we're going to instantly need it. I'm going to do it, though, because we have so much food that we can instantly heal after. Let's just see.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
And because we have such a huge surplus of food, does anyone have less than perfect HP? No. So let's reshuffle the party correctly. Keep going. We're gonna have to make room for that. Come on, madman, die. Alright, he's gonna get one accusation off, which is horrible, because they always target the already most stressed out person in your group.
Even the boldest gaze.
There we go, okay. So blight chance there is very low, but we can always try. Low on the swine spawn, that is, but I was happy to land it. 60% is not awful. So she has 2 very bad diseases right now. We'll check on them in a second. So they're both dead in the back. Now, we might be able to remove the diseases in camp with
Great
Nurgle.
is the weapon that cuts on its own. Soothed.
Get rid of that bleed. With that breakthrough.
Dazed. Reeling.
That was a pretty horrible
About to
crit for
break.
us, but we might camp here just to make room. And in anticipation of potentially having, oh my god, 4 damage, we needed
The
5.
wounds of war
In anticipation
can
of
be
having
healed,
a nightmare encounter.
but never hidden. Remind yourself that overconfidence
Stamp.
is a slow and insidious killer.
We'll do that. I would really like to pick up the blood if I can. Unfortunately, I don't think that I can't use this food. I can't, like, select someone else. So I guess I'm just gonna toss it. Pick up that. We have tons of blood in our inventory right now, and we don't even have anyone that's cursed. So let's see if we can cure some diseases. Alright, we got rid of both of them. Those are pretty nasty ones as well. Let's give all of our companions armor piercing. And let's try and get rid of some of her stress. We could heal her. That takes 2. Yeah, okay. Can someone else do that? Let's do encourage on Nurgle. And then we can use wound care here. That'll remove the bleed and give her full HP. So we may get some sort of, actual ambush, but my bet would be that we're going to receive a nightmare here, which I'm kind of hoping for. I've seen nothing I'm not prepared for. We're in good shape. Blessed are we that no fear has overtaken us. Whoever packed all this food, I could kiss you.
The way
It can't be.
lit.
Get back,
The
you
path
filthy
is
vipers.
Clear. We require only
So here we
the
go.
strength to follow it.
And now we fight our first sinister adder.
Trauma and torment return for an encore performance.
Good one, Wayne. Okay, so we gave everyone armor piercing for this battle, hoping that it would come in handy. Impale will bypass the stealth here, but their blight resistance is pretty high. We could just start trying to hit them hard. Yes!
A singular strike.
And that's exactly what we need to do. Perfect. We'd rather they do things like that than many other things. So they're very susceptible to being stunned. Let's stun the big guy. He resisted it. Okay. We're blighted now.
The decisive.
Can't resist that. That's too good of an attack. Perfect. And we dodge the paralyzing quills. Okay. And with the kill there, we don't have to worry about riposte.
A brilliant confluence of
We're
skill
wrecking 'em.
and purpose.
Super happy about it. We just got to get out of here before her stress gets too high. Let's get rid of that blight. And it's no longer invisible or stealth.
Inspiration and improvement.
Go for the big attack. This thing has decent dodge and decent protection, which makes it scary. Let's use Impale. We'll get the kill, put a little damage on this thing, maybe blight it. And we did. Yeah. Get some damage and some self-healing. It's going to get one more attack. Molt, I think, is a heal. Yes, it is. And it's a buff. Damage and a blight skill chance. I think we'll be able to kill it before it does anything else. Famous last words. Nope. Paralyzing quills. That's exactly what I didn't want it to do. I wanted to be able to use my healer one more turn.
Their cursed
That's okay.
champion
We did it.
falls. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So now we're at the next step. Part 3 of 7. A beautiful thing. Such loveliness belongs in the palace, they say. And so my hands are tied. And I am put in a caravan next to golden idols and jeweled icons. Together we are a priceless cargo of dazzling rarities, bound for the vizier's treasury. I know this tyrant's reputation, and I am afraid. So look at all of what we pick up. More sapphires. This is the Dancer's Foot Wraps. It's unique. It's a shield breaker only item. It resists movement, which I don't think counts towards the movements you mean to make. We definitely want to make room for the Aegis scales. I'm thinking we toss the emerald for the foot wraps. And I'm thinking we toss, honestly, the keys for the Aegis. But we still have the issue of, you know, this. Picking up our foodstuffs, and I think we're just going to have to toss gold. We made it out of that pretty well. Not unscathed necessarily, but we could very easily have had some sort of check on her.
The promise of safety.
Happy to dodge that trap, which I should have seen. I think I was just talking. Okay, and no one's trying to kill us. Man, if I knew the last bit of food stores was here as opposed to way down here, I would throw my torches away. But as much as it hurts, I think I'm just going to toss the rubies. Nah, ignore. Okay, easy fight. Get rid of the blight guy first.
Cleansed from our lands.
We'll just take advantage of some little heals, and we'll rely mostly on our two frontliners to get these kills for us. Perfect.
Success so clearly in view.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to toss these.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I did just throw away some very valuable things. I think we're gonna have to do it again. Just let it go. So, we now know it's going to be all the way at the end. Which means I'm happy that we held on to our supplies. I would expect a hunger check pretty soon. No sir, don't touch books. So our chance to disarm here, 80%. Nail it. That'll put her in the 50s in terms of stress. Wow, two big boys. A large corpse eater, you gotta go. Nice. We've never fought one of these yet. They're pretty dangerous though. Check out their resistances. Pretty resistant to blight. It's a lot of damage. We're marked now, which doesn't feel very good. Spread some of the love around.
Diminished. Such a terrible assault cannot be left
That's what I
unanswered.
expect from when I get marked. And that will lower its accuracy, so we can hope that another attack like that isn't coming anytime soon. And we can try and finish off the large corpse eater.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Crunching backhand, and it lands. Obviously we need to heal here. We could use a sway. Very effective. We have 2 blocks now. And we could just keep on applying the Noxious Blast, Blight, and Accuracy debuff. Don't know how bad I want to cheese this guy. This is not a dude you generally want to like sit in front of and let him hit you over and over again. But I think we can just outvalue him. See, this also now only has like limited uses.
A powerful blow.
Wow, we get a crit. Okay. Kinda wish we had Yop. Yop would give us the stun. Excellent dodge. So maybe we can get one more good cycle of heals in. I don't know if this only gives us so many blocks per battle or per run. I'm hoping it's per battle, otherwise this skill is much worse than it used to be.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Alright.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And there's the secret door. Damn. And us with no keys whatsoever. I think we get rid of the torches. I want to pick up the gold. And this here is like a chance to remove a quirk. We have no means of interacting with it. But it also could cause a ton of stress. We're hoping for a key in one of these. The Highwayman's Journal, we've read these. Yeah, it sucks to find the secret door right at the end, when you've already given up all hope. You can still open it, you just won't get the full value. We'll come back to it after we get... Yeah, we don't have the herbs we need for the cart. Okay, and this is just straight up grab the food. Yeah,
Wealth
so we
beyond
just
measure, awarded to the brave and the
eat the rest of
foolhardy
this
alike.
and toss it, and we're done. So let's go back. And of course now we have a battle. It's alright, maybe the battle will give us a key. That would be pretty sweet.
fear consumes the mind.
Not my mind. I'll take it. Just like that, we're topped off. It sucks that we get horror on her right at the end. Almost certainly going to have to give her some form of stress relief once we make it back to the hamlet. Let's do some of this. Bypass their stealth.
The will to fight falters.
It's 4 stress, I think, for 4 rounds. And we just need to kill him. There's no point in healing at this point. We're at the end of the round, or the run.
As
And no
victories
such luck.
mount, so too will resistance.
We are full. 1 portrait. Yeah, I think everything we have is worth far more than 1 portrait. Might as well see what's in here. I was gonna say, if we get blighted, that's not terrible. We just don't want to get a disease that we have to pay to remove. So without a key, we just bust it open. And we just get some
If
gold.
only treasure could staunch the flow of
Lame.
otherworldly corruption.
Oh well, that's it.
Our supplies are replenished. The soldiers will feast tonight.
And not a bad haul, kind of a diverse bit of heirlooms there. And we pick up a new item and several levels. Armor Tinker, Fear of Eldritch, I don't like that. Ruins Explorer. Natural Swing replaced Warrior of Light. Natural Swing is very good in its own right, but so is Warrior of Light. I hate to see that get replaced. But we're trying not to spend our money.
Offering from those few surrounding farms as yet untouched by the spreading calamity.
Nearby farmers have banded together, increasing security in an effort to protect the healthy livestock and crops upon which the hamlet depends. So, free provisions and food for us. And we start seeing our first level 3s appearing. Very cool. And I'm just checking to see if we have any, you know, like level 2 flagellants or level 2 sort by level. Make sure that I'm looking at it correctly. So like if this was a level 3 you know, Crusader, we would toss Oz, probably just rename him Oz, and be good to go there. No point in spending a lot of time leveling up a character when we can now get them at a much higher level. So we still have 1 more that we can get, but we need to unlock the higher tiers of the guild. The last tier of the guild. We're almost there, actually. Wow, we're pretty close to that. 84 crests. But we're nearly there for our skills, which is important. I would say getting both of these is definitely more important than the skills, but they all contribute. It's tempting to do that right now. I don't know what exactly we would trade. We don't need to. We don't need to do that right now. It's just unnecessary. See what kind of items they have. So the one we just got, I think that was the sniper's ring. Let's unequip and reorganize. So yes, we picked up the sniper's ring. Bright Tambourine was the real pickup that run though. Very useful on the Jester. So we're going to sell this. It's $22.50. No reason to hold on to it. We're not going to use it. And honestly, we could sell this as well. Let's see how much it sells for. Oh, we actually can't sell the unique ones. I don't think I've ever tried because normally I just want to hold on to these. because they're cool. They're kind of unique. But you can't even sell them if you want to. You see in the top where it says sell for, and it doesn't give you an amount. It also grays them out, of course. Let's get rid of the sunstone and the dodge stone. And I think right now we're going to toss the recovery charm, the sharpening sheath. I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, you know, we've got all these items that are pretty good, these rare items, but we're just not going to use them as long as we have superior, very rare items. So it makes sense to sell them, like this bag of marbles here, which is actually great. But when we have, you know, the candle of life, plus some other, you know, synergies that we like to use on the antiquarian, we're just not going to use that. So we get the gold in the bank and start getting better interest, and then when the time comes where we're absolutely rich, which I think by this point in my last campaign I probably had 250, 300,000 gold, because I was very stingy. I basically just didn't use anything that required gold in the hamlet, and I just waited until every run gave me, especially once you get to 300,000, every run gives you an extra 15,000 gold, and at that point it almost doesn't matter what you spend because you can't outpace it. But let's see how things have changed. We now have access to another boss and the spiked collar. This is a very good item for the Houndmaster when you want him to be in that DPS role. And it's us fighting the Swine King, who we absolutely demolished the first time we took him on. This is also another item that we don't have, the Wounding Helmet, which is a bounty hunter item. Gives him huge melee damage. You just can't rely on any of his status effects. So whenever you want to build him as a straight damage dealer, this is a good item for him to have. I like going after the Swine King right now. I just got to think about which group we're going to use. As always, I don't like to be too overpowered whenever I fight them. Kind of like going in with the bounty hunter. Something like this. Who do we want in the back line? If we hadn't lost our Arbalister, I would definitely say our Arbalister would be great there. I'm tempted right now. I think I want to get rid of this character. I don't need to do it yet, but I don't. Abominations are one of those units that I don't ever feel like I need two of. But I'm thinking I am kind of missing two of others. Like, I would love to have a second Houndmaster over a second Abomination. We could put someone like this in the back, but I don't think that's necessary either. Let's see what our abilities are right now. We've got a lot of movement here. We can use almost all of these. Lunge will just help us to get ourselves in a better position. This lowers bleed resist if we wanted to go for that kind of a synergy. Who do we want in the back line? She could honestly go in the back line. But we need to unlock flashing daggers. And that frees us up to maybe put Behemoth here and have a bit of a bleed synergy. We could go really heavy on the bleed synergy with perhaps someone else over Jake. But we don't really have anyone that's not much higher level. Like, we could bring in Stanley and then use, if it bleeds, and then Iron Swan for little backline stuff. I like that. And then here, I would like to have the ability to mark the target with vulnerability hex. And then of course we're going to take flashing daggers. So let's go and start upgrading people. the Scholar's Skull. And the Antiquarian robes looking more and more like Doctor Strange. Alright, so we're going to need to level this up. So the bleed amount doesn't change. Neither does the negative damage mod. The crit goes up by 1% and the accuracy goes up by 5%. That's not a ton. Yeah, Breakthrough was not fully upgraded for that last fight. It's worth noting. And we're using Redeem here. Also Insanguinate as self-heals. Zeke. I'm going to buff that up. And then, yeah, we still need her other ability unlocked, Flashing Daggers. It's a nice one because it can hit units, it can hit multiple units in the middle. And it does do decent damage. So it's equipped now. We have the option to apply Blight. We also have some serious bleed synergy. So it lowers their bleed resist on the Swine King. And then I don't think his bleed resist is particularly high. But he's such a huge entity that we'll be able to hit him with that, or, you know, whatever we want. And if we have a mark on him, Thrown Dagger will do more damage. I don't think any of this has any care whatsoever for marking. Okay. So we're going to go for that Spike Collar. Let's see what we want to do. This is not the type of run where we want to mess around with Death Blow shenanigans. Though we very easily could. Those items work very well in conjunction with one another. Let's go for the increased damage here. And then we'll counteract the stress over the HP. This gives us a good chance to stun and debuff. And gives us better crit, but I hate increasing our stress. She is going to get the Candle. And probably the Book of Holiness here. We're going to put the healing there. And then the Flagellant will probably just be Martyr Seal, perhaps. So this lowers our dodge. Let's do this. Super accurate, great crit. Let's do that. And just lower his stress. That seems fine. Although, do we really need that? We could get him some serious HP. And let him tank up front. I think this is fine. I don't know if there's a slightly more optimal way to do that, but it doesn't really matter. But what's great is everything is free. So take what we want and we'll toss the rest. There's no reason to get super greedy with it, like, because you know that you're just going to be throwing stuff away. There's no chance we make it to the end of the run and we just get a bunch of gold from bringing all this extra stuff. So one full stack of all of these is nice. And then 2 stacks of torches should be more than enough. We'll be throwing things away in any moment. But yeah, let's get in.
My first attempts at summoning were crude, and the results disappointing. I soon found, however, that the type and condition of the host's meat was a critical factor. The best results came from pigs, whose flesh is most like that of man.
Yeah, so our ancestor basically was trying to bind interdimensional cosmic spirits.
A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
He was trying to bind them into flesh so that he could control them or speak to them or whatever. And we get a buff there. 30% damage on a Hellion is awesome.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Nice to get rid of the bleed right away for once. And as always, we know where the boss is because he's furthest away from us. We're going to look to raise our torchlight here. No reason to have our stress increased. That was a dumb attack. I definitely should have done something else. And they're all more susceptible to bleeding now. Not that it matters so much, we'll just get the kills. Gotta love it. We can just use anti-venom.
A powerful blow.
Good job. She's got a quest right now. Huh. I don't know why. That's a weird change I'm not familiar with. She's just got like a random quest buff of 20% damage. Which is cool and everything.
Slowly, gently.
I just don't know why that is. I might have to look that up while we're walking through this. Last thing I want is to give you guys bad information or, you know, have the ability to teach you something about the game and then I pass up on it. So let's purify this. We have so many torches.
Struck. A blazing star is born.
Let's go up to the treasure room. And another one of these, so we can... Man, we can really buff her damage. I'd like to buff the flagellants, though. So all of our damage dealers hit super hard right now. 2 30% and at 20%.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
The way is lit. We'll do something like this. He's dead, and then we'll use this in the back.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Not quite dead, but very close. It'll die in 2 turns, or she'll die in 2 turns. Okay, so, man, how did I not know this? So I just looked it up so that we would all kind of know. It has to do, I should have been reading the caretaker's journal.
Slow death.
So whenever you kind of, like, let
Unforgiving.
someone rest and visit those types of places that relieve stress in the hamlet, sometimes they happen. Sometimes they're negative, but they can also be positive as well. So, I don't remember where she was, but wherever it was, it gave her kind of a positive.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, that's good to know. So the move charm is garbage. We'll definitely toss that for rubies.
In Radiance,
We
may
certainly
we
don't
find
need that
victory.
many torches, so we'll toss those. At this point, I'm comfortable getting rid of the holy water. Probably, honestly, for gold, even though this is, of course, worth more. The odds of us just getting more jade is kind of low. but we'll certainly be getting more gold.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I was hoping to get a good kill on him before he got a chance to do anything like vomit.
Their formation is
Alright, good kill on the
broken.
Corpse Eater.
Maintain the offensive.
27 damage. Just straight up.
As the
And I think
fiend
getting the kill
falls,
there was important.
a faint hope blossoms.
Of course, we pick up another jade just to mock me. We can toss a shovel. I should have done that last time. We would have 2 jade now if I had looked at those. I didn't necessarily want to get rid of these items. So, as predicted, the boss is in the top corner. What we were only really hoping to see was, you know, a secret room. We'll probably keep exploring
A
afterwards.
fortune waiting to be spent.
More journals of Darius.
The light, the promise of
We'll
safety.
pop that just to kind of guarantee we don't get surprised. Didn't kill her. Okay.
Destroyed. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Perfect. I was going to say, she'll get 1 stressful incantation. Maybe 2 if she gets to go first. Hopefully not. Grave Robber is decently fast with 9 speed, but you never know.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
We're going to heal up to full. Since one of the big weaknesses of the occultist is that he has no AoE healing. And we're going to dump this. And wish me luck, guys. I think we're pretty well suited to fight the Swine Prince. Or this is the King, rather.
Is a travesty. A blundering mountain of hatred and rage.
Excellent resist. We needed that. So now he's considered a beast. We don't want to hit Wilbur. Dear God, don't hit Wilbur. And we're just going to mark him and lower his dodge. So I don't know how much dodge he had before. I didn't look. Probably not much. But the idea here is just to mark him. He's not resistant to blight at all. Wow, I didn't actually... I thought he would have more blight resistance than that. Let's blight him, and then next turn we'll use our thrown dagger, and it'll get like a ridiculous amount of damage. And let's just start making it bleed. Stacking bleed, stacking blight. Lowering his resistances to both. And if all the occultist does this entire battle is heal, we'll be happy. Really want to resist every stun we can. It's definitely a big deal in this fight. And we're marked now, so we need to expect a giant hit from him. We don't really have any way of protecting ourselves.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
So let's get like the double damage and see how hard we can hit. So, I mean, a raw 17 isn't bad. Dodge. Damn. Alright, no dodges there. We don't have to heal the flagellant. He'll heal himself when the time comes. But we will certainly be using the occultist to make sure that the Hellion is fine. Oh, ticks the bleed.
Well struck.
Nice. I think that was our first crit versus him.
Soothed. Sedated.
Happy to resist the bleed as well. So he went to death's door and healed everyone.
Quickens.
It's kind of crazy that he does that. Happy they're not targeting him. We don't have any resistance for him. We're going to use his big heal, though. So we're going to use Redeem. He heals himself, and he also heals someone else. It's a pretty giant heal. You just can't do it all the time. So without the mark from Wilbur, he just does his flailing attack. Excellent dodge. So this guy's done. We could honestly focus Wilbur now. That's what we need to do, honestly. Wilbur does have big dodge, so let's get rid of that. And that's going to piss him off. Wounding the small one has infuriated the giant. Let's kill him. We dodged it. It is protecting the little swine. Oh, I know.
The thing is even more horrible in death.
I was hoping to kill him, but we just didn't have the backline reach to do it. There is an achievement unlocked if you can kill Wilbur before killing him, but I'm pretty sure I have that already. Nice, and another blueprint.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay, we can't camp. Let's, man, it's not letting me do much of anything, really. Let's just toss a bunch of stuff. We'll continue adventuring and just try and make some more money.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
So he has the Lashes Kiss. It's pretty nice. Does he have any diseases to remove? He does not. Behemoth is a monster. His positive perks and things are just great. We can use Encourage here on the Hellion. Does anyone have a disease? Actually, I was looking in the wrong spot. I don't see any. Yeah, so unfortunately we're not going to get any value from that. Can give her big crit. Let's pilfer. And sharpen our spear. And I wouldn't even mind getting ambushed right now. It wouldn't bother me at all. Dark Ritual. Reduce torchlight by 100. Remove mortality debuffs. Let's just rest. See if they attack us. If they attack us, we'll make money. Let's keep exploring. This may already pay off, so 50 gold to spit in my face. 80%. 110. And that should put her down to 0 stress. So this was an incredibly successful boss run. Getting another blueprint is also great. That'll free us up. If we want to just go ahead and get... Oh my god, we're so lucky. If we want to go ahead and get the Jester's building, we can. Without having to feel like we're wasting the blueprint. Yeah, and we're just going to toss a ton of junk. And we may actually leave now. Or very, very shortly. The last two things to get rid of would be the torches and the food. So perhaps after we get to this room battle here. We don't have what we need to interact, so hopefully something bad doesn't happen. Now we got scurvy. And there we go. There's our hunger check. Frees up 1 space in our inventory. Oh my god, of course it's these guys.
Impressive.
Good damage. And it didn't use the thirst, so it's not going to heal. So this is the first time you've ever seen a Chevalier. They have 30% protection. You really want to make them bleed. That's the best way to kill them. They're also incredibly scary. They do a ton of damage. So it should be dead now. It won't even get a chance to attack, which is good. This could infect us. Alright. It did not.
Death by inches.
The thirst could also infect us. See if we can kill the supplicant before he gets a chance to attack again. We only need to do 5 damage. And we did 6. Excellent.
Eradicated.
Beautiful. I'll take it. Still no Crimson Curse. It's absolutely
A
insane.
trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I don't even know if it's possible to have a double secret room spawn. It may not be. Probably it's not. That sounds broken. But we have a treasure room up ahead. We don't have any more keys. But at the very least, we'll get a battle. And it's a big one. Let's focus down the Corpse Eater. Good. We lowered his resistance to bleeding. That's important. Because he's not particularly susceptible to it. So it was nice to set him up. And that's kind of his first setup attack where he marks us. That's got to be a movement ability, it certainly is. And he's stunned anyway. Okay. This thing is going to die.
Their cursed champion falls.
And now we can focus on the hulking Swinotar.
A devastating blow.
Just throw daggers in his face. Nice, double dodge, keeping us healthy.
Precision and
2 crits in a
power.
row. And he can move to any position. That's such a powerful little thing. The Flagellant has all these little weird secret things about him, which is why I can't ever remember like what he does. Like the fact that he only goes to Rapturous when he reaches a check, the fact that when he went to Death's Door he healed everyone. Like these are so weird and unique to him. He's an incredibly cool character.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
So here we have 1,660 gold. More valuable than the rubies. These are about the same. Very tempting just to toss the portraits, but I need those to upgrade my stuff. Let's toss the rubies and see if we can open this without hurting ourselves. We cannot. So that was a very successful run, guys. And we even get the spiked collar for our trouble, something that we really wanted. And we made a small fortune off this run. Very good. And all we have to do is pay for a little bit of scurvy removal, and we'll be fine.
Let me share with you
Oh,
the terrible wonders I have come to know.
I don't want to know anything that you know. You are not a good dude. So, Shrieker's prize, stunned by the apparent value of the thing concealed amidst its putrid feathers, onlooker wonders if a trek to its perch might not be in order. So, plot quest, the Shrieker's prize. Let's see if there's anything in the events that we should know about. No, not really. Let's come in here and get rid of scurvy, which is not the worst disease to have, but no point in keeping a disease at all. Triple Vestal in there. So now I think we could come into here and upgrade the guild. Call that good. One more and we'd have this thing built. Well, no, we also have to do this as well, but we're getting there. It's very close to 100%. We're quite far away there. This is probably worth it.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
Because we are going to be upgrading quite a bit in the near future. And what we can do in the meantime is run some of our lower level characters in the attempts of, you know, bringing them up. And in that way, we're not going to necessarily right away need the highest level armor and weapons upgrades. So we don't have to worry so much about getting that maxed out as soon as possible. Happy to pick up a second one of these because it means we can just go ahead and sell it. It's nice when the game makes it easy. And then the Haste Chalice for the Vestal, we can go ahead and sell as well. Anything else? The rest of this stuff's pretty useful from time to time. Nothing we need in there. And as far as blueprints go, we just spent a ton of crests. Otherwise, we'd probably be able to build something. We now have 2 blueprints. So I guess we should start working towards perhaps the granary or the cartographers. Puppet Theater is also very good. The performance hall we could do right now, and I think I will. The Jester is one of the most important late game characters. And this just makes him so much better. The minus 10% stress plus 2 speed. It lets him go first a lot of times and use his inspiring tune and battle ballad. So he gets his buffs off before. He gives you your speed, your accuracy, your crit, which snowballs you, allows you to be much, much faster. It also gives him another 20% to his finale, which is his like really powerful attack that he does. All of his abilities build up towards the finale. Very cool thematic thing. But yeah, so I'm happy to get that. We have more blueprints. We'll be getting more blueprints shortly. So no problem there. We're closing in pretty quickly on the 200k mark. And now in the Weald, we have the chance to come here and kill the horrid Shrieker. This is a unique boss battle encounter. Man. The infestation is only medium. Very soon the infestation will grow, and we'll start seeing bloodsuckers all over the place in every single, you know, run that we go to do. The Highwayman's Gunslinger's Buckle is a great item. Oh man, I want to try and get this. So obviously it makes him worse in melee, but it makes his range skills significantly more powerful. And you can combo that with other things to give him 40-50% damage on his range skills. That's huge. But as far as the Shrieker goes, stunned by the apparent value, okay, we read that already. But the Shrieker is a unique boss battle where the object is not really to kill him. And we'll talk about that more. We're definitely going to do this tomorrow. It takes a champion group to do. Let's just make sure... What are our levels looking like? So we've got champion level healers. We've got Daryl, that's nice. Stanley's level 5, that's pretty much good enough. The best thing you can do is mark it and reduce its dodge, but it attacks so many times. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. And if you would like a knock-knock joke, here you go. So, knock-knock, who's there? Oh, this is so bad. This is a classic, though. Justin. Justin who? Just in time for dinner. Alright, y'all. Take care, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Later, guys.